Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. JACALYN. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. JACALYN at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to the Film and Music Show here on USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and it is my pleasure and honor to introduce the star of our show. She has won awards around the world. She's a singer, songwriter. She is a novelist. She's a vocal coach, and she's an incredible person. I work with her. I chat with her all the time. I consider her to be a very dear and close friend. And we have co-written a song together called What Was I Thinking Back Then? Let us welcome Madalene Chan.
Hey! Hi, Dr. JACALYN. Hello, viewers. Oh, that was beautiful. Beautiful, that intro. Thank you so much, Dr. JACALYN.
Well, thank you. You are quite beautiful yourself, inside and out. And I just am so grateful to have you in my life. Thank you. Madalene, you brought a great guest today, and I'm really excited because when we bring him out, he's going to start performing right away. But before we do that, Madalene, I would love for you to share, in your role, you have messages that are sent to you. You are a messenger, and in many ways, we need to wake up and start our own journey of awakening. What can you share with people in terms of really connecting with Mother Earth and really leaving a 3D world mindset and embracing kindness, gratitude?
Wow, that is a powerful question. Right, there's a lot of answers to that. But first of all, the main thing is that we have to go back to our hearts, meaning we have our intelligence. We have the ego with the intelligence. That's what 3D was bringing it forward. But now we're changing, where we have to bring the intelligence with the heart. So every decision that is made upon your life, upon the outer reality, upon every event, you have to be in tune with your heart. And if you're going for something and it doesn't go right, then you feel doubt and anxiety, and you're breathing too quickly, then you have to question, is this actually right for me? Now, to connect with Mother Nature, yes, we have to go back to nature. We have to spend time out in nature. And the best thing is take your shoes and socks off and tread the grass, because then you'll be grounded with the crystalline earth energies, and you'll feel connected to her, and it will open up a sensitive part of you that has been closed off from people in the 3D, because we've led our life through separation, competition, survival, things that are completely opposing Mother Earth. So Mother Earth is nurturing. She is planet Earth, basically, and we are going back to the organic state of being, where we work in unity, where we follow our heart, where we follow love. And that's a good beginning. That's a good beginning to try make the shift from a 3D, but we have to understand we cannot just go from a 3D to a 5D consciousness. Absolutely not. We have to face the shadow of ourselves. And that's why I'm with Dr. JACALYN, and we produce these courses, The Power of Effective Listening, for listening through plants, getting back to the organic way of feeling and thinking and connecting with plants, and crystals, and also about facing the shadow of self, which is part 4 of the power of effective listening. And that's how we have to do this. We have to begin this. This is the journey. I've been prepared for this since 2012. Most of all my life, I've been prepared for this, absolutely. And now it's ready. It's ready. We're in the 7th golden age, and we have to take care of planet Earth because we are the caretakers of her, and we've made a real terrible job. So that's it. That's it in a nutshell.
Thank you, Madeline Chan. That was perfect. All right, folks. So you came to watch this show because you want to hear some music, right? So Madeline, tell us about our special guest today.
Oh my gosh, I've known this amazing artist, songwriter, musician, accomplished musician as well. He's absolutely phenomenal. He takes things in life and looks at the gap between the meaning of it all, and he triggers with his emotion, with his songs, with his lyrics, with his music. He's a phenomenal artist, and he really deserves to get really out there on a more global level. And I've known him for ages. I knew him from London. Well, I know him from the UK for a good, oh my gosh, it must be about 20 years I've known him and his brother Matt as well. So without further ado, everybody, here he is, phenomenal Andy Secrett. Here he is. Woo! And he's going to perform live for us.
Thank you, Maddie, for that introduction. This song is called Just Couldn't Take Anymore. Well, my head, it complains again. And the girl, she was rude to his band. And she ain't got no money to spend. They're not real, so we'll have to pretend. Just couldn't take it anymore. Just couldn't fake it anymore. She was still living with her mom, and she thought about going on the run to a place where she might see some sun, to a place where she might have some fun. Just couldn't take it anymore. Just couldn't take it anymore. Just couldn't take it anymore. Daytime telly, the underbelly, the mindless violence is never ending. Global warming, government warnings, oh, life's so. People like you, people like me, the wannabes, nothing's for free. City life, country strife, take a knife and end it all. What if it's worse on the other side? Gotta break through to the other side. What if it's worse on the other side? Gotta break through to the other side. Gotta break through to the other side. Oh. Just couldn't take it anymore. just couldn't take it anymore. Just couldn't fake it anymore.
All right, we're going to give Andy a minute. Can you hear us, Andy? Oh, he's getting his headset. Okay.
I can hear you. I'm going to put the headset back in.
Okay.
And then, are we good?
Yes,
good?
we're great. Fabulous. That was truly beautiful.
That
Nice.
was a lovely song. That was.
So,
Thank you very
Andy,
much.
is there a backstory to the song?
Well, you should ask that question. Maddie just mentioned the I kind of think the gray areas that I'm trying to explore. The song is a little bit more on the nose, really, in terms of so this particular song, of course, is about, you know, a general sort of frustration with the way things are, the sort of desire to get away, start something new. It's actually quite an old song, in fact. It's been around quite, you know, since my early days of writing. It was one of those sort of songs that just kind of, it came out in one go. I guess it's one of those kind of situations where something's just channeling through you some kind of message, and that's how it felt. And it's remained a relevant message and song for the best part of 20 years now, and I haven't really kind of managed to get a recording of it, which I thought was, you know, a good representation. However, I just recorded a version like that. It used to be with a full band and all kinds of things, and it kind of this version I did recently, just acoustically, just singing it live, essentially, with no backing. It came across pretty good, so I thought I'd just do a rendition for you now. So that's the story.
Thank you for sharing that. Andy, I'm wondering, when you sing the song today and you wrote it so long ago, what do you remember about that person writing the song back then versus who you are today?
I think in some ways I was wiser than I am now, to be honest. I was less fearful then. I was less fearful. I didn't have any sort of pretensions, I suppose, really. I kind of found as the older I got, the more involved I got with sort of, you know, things you have to do to get through. And I kind of, up until recently, kind of eventually just, it got the better of me. I kind of had a bit of a breakdown, pretty much, you know, after, you know, I don't know what the word is really. I wouldn't say sacrifice is the right word. Sacrifices were made, but I'm talking about sort of compromising one's sort of soul for the need to survive and to, you know, try and prosper, to try and get up the ladder and all that stuff. So whereas back in those days when I was 20 or something, I didn't really have any preconceptions of myself or anything. I was just kind of living, and I guess that's probably a better way of being. So I guess I'm trying to channel myself back into that way again, having now realized that that's the situation that I'm in. So yeah.
Thank you for just being so honest and transparent. Very much appreciated. So are you trying to get back in touch with your inner child?
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I'm in the process now. I'm doing it right now. It's all coming together. I mean, maybe it's if it's an age thing, experience. I'm not sure, but it seems to be all the kind of anxieties and fears I've held for quite a long time seem to be going away, but have been replaced by other fears and anxieties instead. So it never stops, does it really? I mean, I guess that's the nature of the environment we're in, isn't it? You know.
Well, thank you for being so real. Madeline? Oops, you're on. Sorry, hold on.
Okay. I was just going to say, Andy, so because of what you were going through with certain situations and events that triggered things in your life, do you feel that music has been the healing part of it? Do you think music has been the forefront for the healing for you? Do you think that if you didn't do music and you didn't write songs, what do you think would have happened?
It's sliding doors question, isn't it? Because as I alluded to in the previous question, I think until I was about 24 years old, as I said, I didn't have great ambitions for myself to be an artist, to be so bold. I didn't have much ambition, but then through people's encouragement at the time, I decided to embark on this kind of journey, and that was at the detriment of other parts of my life, especially relationships, actually. And so I guess it's been, very rewarding. I really love to do it, and I guess I wouldn't swap it, but I wouldn't say necessarily it hasn't contributed to some problems that I'm talking about in the last few years as well. It's been a double-edged sword, really. But I guess something propels me to carry on. I had a time a couple of years ago where I decided just to have a hiatus from the musical lifestyle and try just a different life, a more conventional life, a job and a flat, and tried that for a while, but it didn't last very long, and I found myself coming back to the music again. In terms of, play live is the greatest sort of therapy. I mean, live and also making a banging tune, a good tune recorded is always very satisfying as well, and certainly helps my state of mind and makes me feel, like with a sense of purpose. And live is like that as well, because when you're live, especially, if singing really is a great, as you know, Maddie, of course, a great sort of therapeutic exercise, and if I do that regularly, I always feel pretty good, to be honest. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Andy.
This question is for both of you. So when we watch entertainers perform, I think we are not really well aware of the journey that it took for them to get to be on that stage. And the sacrifices, Andy, you were alluding to, the sacrifices that have to be made, the choices that have to be made. And at the end of the day, maybe the paycheck isn't really commensurate with the amount of work and the journey. Would either of you like to comment on that?
Andy, you go first.
I can go first. It is a problem. As I say, it's definitely something which you wouldn't necessarily choose to do on the basis of it being a particularly set thing in terms of a career or something like that. But definitely, there's something which clearly propels artists and people generally to do whatever they do. I guess some money would be nice. And the thing is, I'm trying to find a way of. This has been a thing since I was when I was a young boy in my early years at school. I was a good artist, and I was doing well, and none of the teachers pulled me aside and tried to help me and push me in a certain way or anything like that. It just wasn't something the school I went to was interested in at all. And it seems to be an ongoing situation into adulthood, where people enjoy what artists do, but they, and I'm not talking specifically about anyone, obviously, it's just the business in terms of the industry itself, you know, it's in a very strange place. You know, it's people having to find more creative ways to get themselves out there, to promote. I mean, I'm certainly going through that right now. I've just made 2 albums and an EP in the last year, and I'm really keen to get them to be heard by people. But this is the you know, I'm trying to figure out now what the best way is. I'm not somebody who spends a lot of time on social media, for example. I haven't got a lot of faith in record companies from a lot, you know, from having researched and also heard stories from people I know, experiences. But I don't know. It's you'd have to ask me in like 6 months from now, and I'll tell you how I'm getting on, or how it's going, or if I found a way to promote without having to spend money I can't afford, or anybody else that I know can afford. So, but certainly that's the issue for all artists, is getting their stuff available to people.
And thank you, Andy. Before we go on to Madalene, I'm just wondering, you mentioned you're not a big fan of social media. Is there anything else there you want to share?
What do you mean about social media, in terms of my opinion about social media, you mean?
And marketing, yes.
Or... Sorry, I don't understand the question, sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. So in other words, you mentioned that you're not a big fan of social media, but social media is a way to market. And
it is, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you're not a fan of it.
Yes,
so
it is. Very. I'm just. You know, I'm not. I do have issues. Me, in areas. It's a tool, you know. And at the end of the day, so it's a tool. And I just spend a lot of time in my life on a computer, on social media. I just haven't done that. I could start doing that now. I feel like it's like a bit too late in the day to be jumping on it now. I mean, I use, of course, YouTube, which is social media, and I've been on Facebook, but I closed that account anyway. So you know, with Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, I haven't used. I have no interest in them particularly, but I have to start thinking about in terms of, you know, ways to promote, as you say. So, more it being an option. I'm trying to find other ways, as well as social media, to try and get my voice out there. I mean, you know, for example, performing in a yard, in a public somewhere in London, and when there's a lot of people, or making a kind of event, and somebody else with TikTok could maybe, you know, capture that, or something can happen. You know, being out there in front of people is a good idea, and I'd rather do that than spend more than unnecessary time on the social media. I know a lot of people who have become quite addicted to it, and, you know, have had to go sort of cold turkey because they've spent so much time, and I wasn't really. But then it happened. I mean, I can be eating my words in a year from now, you know, being a fully social mediaite on Twitter, you know, constantly. I don't know, but as I say, we'll see. I am just finished the website. Will be linked somewhere along the line and on the thing. Is where all my work dated, links to my and everything. So I'd like to try and find a ways of directing people to that, and hopefully, you know, enjoying what I do. You know.
Thank you very much, Madalene. Would you like to comment before we go to break?
Yeah, I'm just saying about what is the reservation? I mean, the thing is, these days, artists have to have social media. They have to have a presence. Facebook, you don't have to do it in your personal name. You could do it in the name of your music production company or something. So you can keep it like that, rather than making it more personal. You know, but again, it's about what I get the feeling, Andy, is that You spent a lot of your time doing the organic, doing the music, doing the songwriting, and constantly in the studio. You know, and now it's almost like everything's all ready.
Well,
So
I've
now there's a new energy. You have to go and learn something new, which you're open to that. And I think you just have to be open to it, because you never know. You cannot decide the outcome of something. You have to just go, take the journey, and everything pieces together. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah. Never say never, huh? Yeah. And I've got a laptop now for the first time in ages, so it's a good start.
Well, there you go. Yes.
You have means and opportunity. So sounds great.
I love that. Means and opportunities.
No excuse now.
No excuse. We're going to take a quick break. And in this break, I feel like it's appropriate because Madeline and I are both together, and we're talking about appreciating Mother Earth, getting in touch with our creative sides, going back to nature. Let's take a look at the power of listening in and through nature. We'll be right back. Hello, and welcome to a new course created by Madalene Chan. This is the latest in our series of courses for the power of listening. This course title is The Power of Listening in and Through Nature. And Madalene Chan and I will guide you on a journey to take you back to get in touch with nature. Now, this is not like any course you've taken before. You will actually be required to bring a few items to this course, and you will create a sacred shrine in addition to learning how to communicate and be one with your plant. So let's talk about the materials that you need. You need a plant pot, seeds, soil, and some water. And for the shrine, and Madeline will go into more details, this is not a religious shrine. You want to collect items that are small, that have meaning to you. So we definitely suggest you bring some crystals, you bring some shells, some rocks, maybe a few personal items. The key takeaways are several. So you will actually feel that uplifting sense of connecting with your plants, and also connecting with the energy that you are creating by building your shrine. There is a meditation that you'll be able to participate in, http://drjacalyn.thinkific. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you there. Let's welcome internationally award-winning singer, songwriter, author, producer, vocal coach, and a woman who has an incredible heart. She lifts up everyone with her positive energy and her high vibrations, and I've learned so much from her.
Thank you, Dr. JACALYN. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It grounds us. It makes us feel really relaxed. And also, we're going to look at shrines. This is our inner child essence. Building shrines makes you come away from the outer world and go into a magical world, your own fantasy world. And you can have shells on there, crystals if you're into crystals, rocks. You can have feathers. Feathers is representation of angels. Little baby feathers, long peacock feathers. You can have anything that makes your heart sing. This is your time with Mother Nature. And also what we're going to do is do a lovely meditation at the end so that we can connect with the earth's crystalline energies and connect our heart, our authentic, true, sacred heart, our state of perfection, and connect and uplift and open out our hearts and connect to Mother Earth's healing energies. So join us, join myself and Dr. JACALYN for listening through plants, where we're building shrines, and we're going to connect with plants by planting the plant, feeling the plant, respecting and loving the plant and nature. Thank you.
Whose birthday it was yesterday. She was 14 years old. So happy birthday, Layla.
Oh, very nice. That's a
That is
beautiful
so
piece
nice.
of art.
Yeah, yay! Andy, you see? Woohoo!
You may continue.
Oh, we've got pictures, haven't we? We got pictures of Andy, or did we get? I don't know. Did we get pictures of? Did I send some pictures? Okay, never mind. We can have pictures for the next interview, because you have to come back on the show for sure, Andy. But I was just thinking, right, Andy, you know,
Yeah, sure, anytime.
when you sing happy, because I know that you wrote a lot of happy tunes as well. How do you get to lift your vibration to get into that state?
Well, I guess it can happen in many ways, really, actually. So, a happy feeling can be generated from many things. In fact, you can, feel happy from a song you've written and then be propelled to another song to express that feeling from the previous. You know what I mean, right? It's a knock-on effect, I suppose. Other times, I guess the thing can just suggest itself and doesn't have to correlate with the mood necessarily, I suppose. I mean, I guess I'm pretty down with the moods in terms of my music is moody for sure. It expresses, I guess, emotions, emo style thing. And I guess you got to capture that emotion in the bottle. Whatever that emotion might be. There's so many, isn't there? Of course, so it's really difficult to explain, really. The process of writing songs. Anyway, it really is. I mean, it's sitting down. I mean, it's such a sort of magical thing which you can't really grab. It's sort of out there in the ether, and I've heard many songwriters talk about the idea of songs that you're just being kind of like a vessel, and this thing has to come through you. You're the vehicle for the message, and that's obviously leaning towards this kind of spiritual way of looking at things, I guess. But I mean, I'm with that one personally. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't. You don't know how you've done it, where it's come from, and that is kind of magic, isn't it? Whatever word you want to use, miracle or something, it's there, and it's certainly very powerful, and I guess that's the reason we carry on, isn't it? Because of the feeling of connecting to something deeper, something beyond what we can see, that's there, which is somehow communicating through this thing, So that's the answer. I can't really say in a nutshell, where it comes from, and how I put myself in a situation.
It's a good answer. Thank you.
Create.
Yeah, thank you. Madeline, how do you get yourself into that frame of mind? You're probably there all the time.
I've been constantly there all my life.
Well, that's
even
a good
if things
thing.
have happened to me, I don't know. I just have this. I don't know. I haven't been in an emo state. Honestly, even after everything's happened to me, I haven't. I don't have it in me. I don't know. I can sing songs, but I know sometimes I get depressed. I've got depressed and I just know what to do. I put a song on, I dance, and I just say, okay, come on, Maddie, we're going in our own world. It doesn't matter who's watching. Nobody's watching because it's your world. And I feel great. And I talk to the plants, I talk to the flowers. I have conversations, when some wasps yesterday. Oh my gosh, I could hear them buzzing and I knew they wanted to go out the window. And I thought, okay, I'm going to watch this program, but they kept buzzing and buzzing. And then they came up to me saying, we really want to go out the window. So I thought, okay, I'll open it out. And I'm thinking, I'm so scared of wasps because they'll sting me. But I opened it and I went, okay, I'm not going to harm you. You're not going to harm me. It's time for you to go. You've because sometimes bees come along, animals, they like to experience the house. So, and then they tell me, okay, I want to go now. And then they go. I don't know. I think I'm just a bit strange. I think I'm, but an emo state, going back to your question, no.
Can I just interrupt a second?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
It just occurred to me the word emo. I think it doesn't have to necessarily have a kind of dark kind of connotation. I think it's like how like glam rock is like glamorous rock, right? And then you've got like emo. Is that like emotional stuff like that, right? So emotional doesn't have to be a negative emotion. It can be a positive emotion. I think it's just emotionally driven. I think that's what it is. I could be wrong, but I think that's what emo means. So I think you're certainly a person of emotions, Maddie, for sure. Of course you are. You're a singer. I mean, everyone's got emotions, right? What are we talking about? Are you mad?
I've got emotions, Andy, but I feel that I don't project onto somebody. That's the key. I don't project. I try not to judge. If anything, I put the guilt on myself. If anything, if that's what, but I never project and put the blame on anyone throughout my life. I've never done it. It's something that's within me that just doesn't.
No, of course.
Doesn't even, I don't know. We all have plans. We all have our divine plans. We all have our missions, don't we? We all bring our magic into the super metaverse of the universe. We all bring our magic, and our magic and our essence makes up for the whole of the heart, the humanity of heart. So we are all special in our own way. We all have to express in our own way. Like Andy, honestly, your music is it touches people's hearts. And what it's going to do is, where people don't feel a certain area or made to feel guilty about something that they're doing, your music triggers it. It triggers the emotion of them being, doing an act in their life. You're making them aware of it rather than being asleep to it. That's like you be.
Does that answer your
like,
question, Jacqueline?
I don't know. But I just want to throw that in anyway. Just where you are with your music and your voice.
Thank you, Maddie. That was a beautiful.
Yeah, because I'm too much. I'm too much for some people. I'm like, oh my God, is she taking a happy pill or something? Honestly, I am too much sometimes, you know. And somebody who's taking drugs won't get me at all. Or somebody that's really deep down in 3D, you know, they don't get me. But they get you because you're the middle. You're the middle ground. They get Dr. JACALYN because she's middle. She can communicate on the higher and on the lower, you know. And I can commute on the lower to a certain point, but I'm too bright in some other areas too. That's why Dr. JACALYN's fabulous, because we make such a great partnership. You know, we make such a great energy together.
Yes, we do. We do.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that, both of you. Andy, I want people to be able to purchase your music. What's the best way for people to do this?
Well, if you go to the website in the link below, the andysecret78.wixsite.com, I'm just in the process of building the site, but it is live now. You can go on there and you can find all the links you'll need for the albums and the EP and single, which is linked to a Bandcamp page, essentially. You can find me on Bandcamp as well, of course, Andy Secret on Bandcamp. I'm also on SoundCloud. The stuff on SoundCloud is just other material which is kind of, you know, be being developed, or it's you know, it's not quite the right version yet, but it's still a demo or something like that. So SoundCloud, Bandcamp, and the website and the address below there, just there. So that's where it is. Yeah, please check it out.
All right, thank you. And I noticed, sorry, I just want to say, I noticed on the banner, your email address is Andy, ANDY78 @gmail.com. The .com's not there. So everyone, Andy78 @gmail.com.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I will put it in the comments.
That is actually not correct. Here. I'm so sorry. Please, you can remove this part, and it's just the website address. I don't know why I've put that there, but it's wrong. But the contact details are on the website as well, so you can just ignore the Gmail thing. It's
just
not
ignore it.
But
no
it's
worries.
on the website.
All right, so please go to the website for people on the radio or they're unable to read the banner. It's https://Andy ANDY Secret SECRETT 2 T's 78 @wixsite.com. That's WIXSITE.com. All right, that concludes our show for today. And before we sign off, Madalene, what would you like to say to our audience?
I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and I just want to say thank you to Andy Secret. He's honestly, you should really go on to his and to hear his music, because he's got some beautiful songs, absolutely beautiful songs that's going to open your heart completely. And I just want to say, if you want to find me, you'll find me on MadaleneCarolChan@gmail.com. Madalene, MADALENE, Carol, CAROL, Chan, CHAN @gmail.com. And you can find me and we can have a chat.
All right. Thank you so much. Do reach out to her. And we're going to conclude our show with the clip Follow Love by Madalene Chan. Andy, thank you so much for being here. Please do come back and see us. And thank you to each and every one of you. Bye for now.
Thanks, Andy.
By your love, what you giving me is just not enough. I need a love to take me higher.